Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Is it working?
Now it's working.
Oh, now it's working.
Good morning,
Good morning, everyone.
Please continue to enjoy your breakfast.
And for the people online,
I'm
I'm sorry.
We can't
We
send
can't
you
send
any
you any
breakfast.
breakfast.
Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you for coming.
We are so happy
to be here with you.
In our office, financial aid for service,
we really
love people that work for the church. Especially Christian educators. At least I do. Because I know how my children benefited from that, and how I benefited from that. Especially when a lot of times Christian educators don't necessarily have a salary. We really have a special place. So I have been working in the Office of Financial Aid for Service for less than 2 years now. And you can see my title there. So today we're going to talk a little bit about student loans, public service loan forgiveness, and free coaching, which is really what I want. I need you to spread the word about. So my position was open for a little bit, and the momentum that we got around 2021, more like 21, because then the pandemic came and started before. It kind of died down, and a lot of the information didn't continue to spread. So that's why I go to conferences to make sure we spread the word. So this is what it looks like, and this is in trillions. This is the student debt that we have in this country, and it's only going to get bigger. The sad part about this number is that right now a lot of this is federal loans, which are forgivable. But because of a lot of things, and I'm not going to get a lot into O3B, which is that bill that was passed July 4th. That's really going to impact student borrowing and student debt, because it's still in flux. And if you want to know more, I do have more information. We have information on our website. And you can go there. There's resources on our webpage. But again, this is in trillions. So you can imagine. So what is public service loan forgiveness? And a lot of people have a lot of fear about this with the current administration. This is an act of Congress. This isn't going away unless. And yes, there are a lot of people that say, but they do whatever. No, this benefits everyone. It benefits firemen, police officers, people in the armed forces. If you work for the government or a nonprofit, you can get student loan forgiveness. So for now, we're good. We're good. I have a lot of people in the program that are really freaking out. 3 months away from forgiveness. 1 month away from forgiveness. I even had a person who has 11 months to forgiveness, asking me what he should do. We're just gonna stay put. We're gonna stay the course. We're gonna keep making payments and moving on. So there were states that had debt forgiveness for teachers, police officers, but the federal law was 07. It is. I'm not going to get ahead of myself because I tend to do that. But this is pretty much like the reality of the law. So these are some of the things that impacted why should we do this? Why should our office get involved in this? And this is the latest surveys. There's a lot of mental health issues and stress when it comes to families that have this burden. working for the church, the salaries are not outrageous or anything like that. Many students. One of the things that we have experienced is that we have especially pastors that will take a call based on that debt. It might not be the call they wanted to take, but they'll take it based on that debt because they need to pay that monthly payment. So as I said, why coaching? How do we support people? How do we get to take calls and to work for the church? We have a few preschool teachers. There are preschool Presbyterian churches out there with preschools, and I'll talk about who qualifies. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we have people that. Think about it. Preschool program in a church. That is definitely not the salary that you may want to have, but it might be what you want to do. So again, going back to how do we get people? How do we reduce this burden? So people could take the call. That makes them happy, and that really helps the church provide services that the church wants to provide. So again, we want people to take the call they want to take. But the other thing is this process is extremely complex. I used to have a slide which was like a maze, that just went on and on with acronyms and letters and steps you had to do. I took it away because I didn't want to scare people. And part of it is because student debt is different from other debts. If you file for bankruptcy, you cannot get rid of your student loans in bankruptcy. No. It's like a mortgage. Those are the only two debts you cannot get rid of in bankruptcy. People would submit paperwork, and it would get returned to them and say they didn't qualify. And you're already stressed, and you get an official letter from the Department of Education that says you don't qualify. It may say why or why not. One example. A lot of our congregations don't have their own 501c3. They go through the national office. People would get denied because their church doesn't show up in the system. You were what? So once you get into coaching, yeah. We actually our legal team already has the letter drafted. They know how to do it. We'll talk about the coaches. They know what to do. You can get that from us. Mm-hmm. So it's very complex. And then there would be people that maybe had a secession of two of those churches, and now they're a Christian educator at a third church, or something different, or they might be working at the Presbytery level. So they have to go back and find all of that. So we're like, okay, let's keep thinking about this. This is the path. This will take you depending on where you are in your service. So qualifying service starts once you finish your degree. So undergraduate, a lot of people when they go get their graduate degree, they pause. You can get undergraduate debt forgiven. It's all forgiven. But a lot of people stop it because of course now they are going to school, paying tuition or taking a loan and paying for food and paying for housing and all of that. But I wanted people to have a visual of this is a process. It took us we reduced it to 9 steps with a really like a whole bunch of steps in there. But we wanted people to get an idea. So because we want to encourage people to do it early. You start your service today. Sign up for coaching tomorrow. Because you're just going to get better at completing the paperwork. You're going to get better at understanding your loans. You're going to get better at reaching out to the coach. Checking your my student data on the Department of Education website. So it's worth it. The other thing that sometimes I have sessions with seminarians that are finishing up and they're going to be taking a call. And I don't know how many of you are ordained. And some of them will say, "What if I change my mind in 5 years?" I said, "Well, I hope that in 5 years we've educated you enough that you can continue this path. But you still have 5 more years of public service. So whatever you do when you leave that call, make sure it's in public service so you can get your loans forgiven anyway." But it's a long process. So as I said, you're going to get this education from meeting with your coach, emailing with your coach, filling out paperwork. Someone there? Yeah. The coaches, if you are in the fault, the fault is a horrible thing in student loans, and it is a lot harder with this administration. But last year we did a big push for people that were in the fault because you could come back from the fault without any penalties. That's gone. That finished in October of last year. So I don't want to discourage people. The best thing to do is to work with a coach and try to figure out how to come back from that default. And this is us. I was sharing with someone that we had been doing it since 2020, but we were doing just like a Microsoft form. So now we have better data. We have our partner Joy, and we have a place where people register, so it's easier for us to track the forgiveness. So we have forgiveness since 22. As you can see already, last year we had almost 500,000 forgiven. And it was 5 people. Those were big debts. A lot of the people with big debts, it's not people wonder why did you take that debt? Sometimes it's a second career, and sometimes those people are borrowing because they might be doing their master's or their degree, and they have a family, so they have to pay for rent, and they have to pay for food, and they have to pay for cars. So even if they had a 20-hour job, they still would need more money. So we are excited about this number. And so this I like to show because these are people that are in our program now. So where they were, what their payment would have been. Let's take the first one. $541 a month. I don't know. I mean, my loan. I received forgiveness through this program, just so you know. Woohoo! Yay! So once they started working with the coach, their monthly payment went to $210. So we have had people that were having zero payment. It changes because once you get a job, then you have to report that, and it changes. But based on the salary, we're talking about congregation secretary may not be making that much. They could end up with a really low payment based on their family size. So So those are some of our happy moments when people say, what? $40 a month? I can do that. And this is where we are. You saw the other slide. So we're almost 3.5 million of forgiveness. We don't have that money to give to people. We don't have $3.5 million to give to people to pay their debt. But we can provide a coach that can help them get to that forgiveness. And this is our projected forgiveness of people that are in the program now. Any questions? I'm sorry, I haven't even paused. Yeah.
What I'm really passionate about this is this is different because I was designing like I don't know 3 years ago or so in information like looking at loan forgiveness. USA like had to sort of like if you earned a certain salary you didn't qualify.
We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute. So these are all the people that qualify. Okay. And our last square here, we opened that in January of last year. We were getting a lot of people calling us, writing us, and saying, I don't have a loan, but my husband does. I don't have a loan, but my son does. And he's living here. So we opened that up to household members. Okay. So back to your question. So the Board of Pension has a program for ordained ministers. And raise your hand. We are partners in that. And there is criteria in the Board of Pension that they have as how you qualify is different. This is through the national office.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, and actually the Board of Pension program, if you qualify for their program, they actually there's an amount of money that they pay towards your monthly payment. We don't do that. Yeah. But the other thing we're okay with is 1,001 worshiping community leaders that even though they're working 20 hours, they're getting paid for 5 hours. And I'll show you the slide of what qualifies you for public service loan forgiveness. This is qualifying for our program. Two separate things. What qualifies you for public service loan forgiveness in the government's eyes, and what qualifies you for coaching in our eyes. So again, I go back to those preschool teachers. If you work in a Presbyterian home, senior services. You do not have to be Presbyterian. You have to work with an entity related to the PCUSA. So the church secretary, maybe she's not Presbyterian or he's not Presbyterian. The music director is not Presbyterian. It doesn't matter as long as we can identify the congregation or where they're working. Okay. When it involves household, we call them qualifying households. The registration asks, are you right now we have a glitch in the system, but it's going to get fixed by February 1st. So it'll ask, are you a member of a qualifying household? You say yes. The husband, the wife, the spouse, the partner, the son, the daughter of. Then it gives you another menu where you put the qualifying household member. I am the son of Sandra Miranda Duverge, who works at PCUSA. That's the qualifying household. I am the daughter of Jamie Smith, who's the pastor at. I'm going to say fourth. Presbyterian Church. We laughed about first, fourth, and second last night. So a lot of times I tell people, if you don't see yourself there, just email me. We'll talk about it. Because there's different things that different employers do that are kind of as long as we can identify the entity to be related to our denomination. So this is what makes you eligible for forgiveness. Okay. You must be paid employment, so you cannot have a contract. You cannot get a 1099. Is that what you get? A 1099. It has to be weekly, monthly, bi-weekly payment. So the government says we're going to call full-time 30 hours. Well, New 1001 worshiping community, they might be working 15. Well, go get yourself 15 more hours somewhere else. In a school, in a preschool, in a soup kitchen, in a homeless shelter, and a lot of hospitals. People don't know that. A lot of hospitals are 501c3s. It's a combination of jobs that get you to 30 a week. Okay. And then people, when I saw this, I'm like, oh, this is such a subject. People don't want to talk about money. Except when they come over and say, Sandra, my loan got forgiven. They don't. But whatever you tell our partner people, Joy, is confidential. We will in registration say, give us a ballpark of what your debt is. We're not saying, tell us exactly what that number is. And whatever you tell them stays with them and your coach. Because this is a touchy subject. People feel all sorts of ways. I don't. $18,000 got forgiven for mine. But I have a colleague that actually did tell me theirs. And oh wow. But I would have known earlier. So we do monthly webinars. We do different topics because then I'll go into other things that we do in our office. They're usually the second Tuesday of the month, Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Whatever that is for you. How many of you know about Parent Plus loans? Parent Plus loans are also forgiven. Once your student graduates and they begin that payment process, they have to be graduated so that payment process begins. Now, Parent Plus loans have been severely affected with what happened on July 4th. If you do have a Parent Plus loan, I ask you please come find me. We could talk because there's a deadline coming up. Parent Plus loans are federal loans that parents can take for their students, for their children. One of the things, that trillion number is going to go up because during the O3B there's going to be a cap in borrowing for the student and the parent. Public loans do not get forgiven. If you are in a situation, our coaches will coach you through a better interest rate for your public private loans. That's why we're pushing this program, which is for our high schoolers and their parents planning to go to college probably around junior year. You can go in, use the tool, and then at the end you sign up for a coaching session with an expert. Not only we don't want you to get into a loan that's not forgiven. It's also going to help you figure out, are you doing the math right? Are you really calculating these 4 years correctly? You want to do that. So this is one of the programs in our office. And let's see. Am I done? This is what our page looks like. You go there and you register here. This is for student loan coaching. For our college financial planning is in our student services, which is related to our office. If you look at the very top,
this is a
quicker way
to
to get
PCUSA.org
loan assist.
It's a quicker way
than trying to find financial aid for service in the homepage.
Just letting
Just
you know,
letting you know,
you can navigate from there to all our other
services.
services.
So in our office,
we also
have
scholarships
for undergrad.
The requirement is
only
you have to be registered with the
Presbyterian
Presbyterian Church. You have to be a member.
And
And
it doesn't matter.
You don't have to go to a Presbyterian college.
you don't
have to be studying
anything
to be ordained or anything related.
You could be studying
to be a graphic
designer
as long as you are a registered Presbyterian.
Yes, yes. For what? Oh,
Because they're working
on that glitch.
It didn't take you anywhere?
Oh, for student services for the scholarship, you mean?
Well, let's talk about that because what's closed right now
is the application for the undergraduate
and the seminary scholarships,
not coaching.
Well,
I can look at that with you later. Okay.
So where is the student services
on this little box here?
If you
are looking
for the application for undergrad
or
for
the seminary grant,
you would click on that.
What I'm saying is go to PCUSA.org/loan assist and navigate from there to the different programs. Okay.
And here we are. Any more questions?
Yes. Undergrad.
It's closed now because we're navigating
to another platform.
It's going to be open very soon.
They're working on it.
Yeah. It's probably depends more on the person because you're going to have to get information on your loan to download into the People Joy assessment so they can see what your picture looks like. $100. It's based on need.
So they calculate what the college says the need is,
and then
they
Yes. I know. I don't know with this administration, but we have had people been given money back. Yeah. I don't know now. Those are qualifying. Those are considered qualifying because you were still working. Yeah. For a while, it was backlogged, but it's getting lighter. It's getting faster now, according to what our partner is saying. Yeah. For where you. Are you working with a coach? And did they suggest anything else? Less talk. Because you shouldn't. Decisions were already made. You should be moving to something else. And also, it also depends. There's different organizations that serve the loans. So some are different than others. Faster, better. They don't have such a backlog and. My name is Sandra Miranda Duvert, and I work in the Office of Financial Aid for Service. We are here to serve you. Hear me. We are here to serve you. Please just call and ask. If we don't know the answer, we'll look for it for you. We pay for it. We pay for the coaching. That's our gift to you for your job. To help the church. Yeah. Any other type of question about something else? Anything on the website? We'll Destiny. We'll try to help you. It's June 30th of this year. You have to make some decisions. If you're in a PSLF program now, there's decisions that have to be made, but not until later on, 28, I believe. But Parent Plus loan deadline for some of the decisions have to be made is June 30th. Of this year. Yeah. And especially if you already made all your qualifying payments and you have 10 years. But I want you to work with a coach. We don't want to leave that to chance because we want to document that as much as possible. So things don't come back like, we never saw it, we never heard it, we never. Yeah. And that's one of the things that the coach also does. They hold your hand, they help you fill out. You do have to fill out form. One of the benefits of people that go into coaching early in their service is that they don't have to wait. A lot of people say, well, I have a myth handout. And one of the myths is like, well, I just started. I still have 10 years. Well, remember those seminarians that think maybe, what if in 5 years I have to I changed my mind. The coach is going to help you make sure you certify. It's called certifying your employment every year. You will have all those letters tucked away in your account. And it's not consecutive. What if you leave a job for 8 months, a year? Then you come back to public service. You continue to add to those 5 years, 5.5. So. So that's one of the things that changed. It used to be that once your loan was 20 years old, it's automatically forgiven. But that got moved to 25. It's supposed to get forgiven. With you having to do nothing. Hopefully. That may not happen. Right. Yeah. 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 And those
are
are some of the things that seem to be changing.
One of the
benefits and why we partner with People Joy is because they are always very active in the legislative part, and they're always looking, and they do get called to give testimony in front of Congress and the committees that are working. You know, and talking about how this is going to affect everyday people. People Joy works obviously with nonprofit because they're the only people that can get forgiveness. But they work with hospitals and other denominations. They work with big companies that are 501c3s that are having their employees go through coaching. So they're always it kind of went back and forth on that thing, and that's why I didn't want to talk about O3B because it seems to be changing all the time when testimony and things that you hear and what government is saying. We do have a document that we put on our website, but there might be a couple of things in there that already changed. Because it's not supposed to come into implementation until July 1st of this year. So things can change. But those are one of the things. Like when you consolidate, are you going to go back to zero? Even if you make payments, and you already have 6 years of public service. What happened? So that it's important to talk to a coach about that. No, I wasn't sure. Did you have a hand? You have to consolidate. You have to consolidate. It's better to talk to a coach about how you do that. Yes. We're in the marketplace. Our booth as you walk in to the left at the very far wall. Those are the camp people. Right before them. It's us. My colleague, Destiny. It's very complex. I don't even know everything. I'm not gonna ask. But at least you can get some of the handouts that I have on there. Go on the webpage. My email is everywhere. My colleagues can give you my email. People Joy is a wonderful partner to us and the Border Pension. And I mean I've had retired PCUSA people that now have their kids in situations, and they've answered like calls. Even though you know it's okay. We'll answer a question. We'll answer two. One thing to know, please. Once you retire, you're no longer eligible for forgiveness. You no longer have an employer. Okay. In less than 2 years, I have met 6 people that worked forever and ever, and now are retired with their debt. Yes. Those 6 people came into serving the church as a second career. That's why they had the loans, and that's why they got to retire with the loan. But it breaks my heart because the program, the Board of Pensions, been doing the program for a while, and people just didn't know. They didn't know. Thank you very much. I'm around. I'll be over there. I'll be at lunch. Thank you.